Coming up in this episode.
No one should be getting on the knees.
No, not in this room.
Not in this room.
You
That's
know.
the thing. Like, what you got to respect is what they're doing. Like, they're fucking changing the game. What they're bringing to the table has like never been done before. And
They're beasts, both of them.
They'll put something on there like cooks you in. It's like, oh, I can't believe what's just happened. And then underneath, they'll be like, oh, what's happened? I'm not going to talk about it on here. Why the fuck did you put it on there in the first place?
fucking hell, though. At 16, like, if that's his problem with his kids.
That's what I'm saying.
When I was
That's what I
16,
mean.
I put a brick through my dad's car window.
Yeah.
Am I the arsehole for telling my extended family how many men, roughly, my sister has slept with after she outed our youngest brother as a virgin? Well, until that last sentence, I would have said yes, but now, no.
Imagine that, you've only just turned this podcast on. The first time you ever listened to it, you're like, what
Makes no
the
sense.
fuck is going on?
It should be a trailer.
APMA!
CBB starts at 3.
Oh, dear, you just missed Ben getting a little bit of banter. You don't listen. Oh, dear. Right, what's today's episode about?
Come on, boys, the 20s won't watch himself.
It's funnily enough, it's Am I an Arsehole? So there is a subreddit dedicated to stories where people have done something and they're basically asking the internet, look, does this make me an arsehole, right? And so we thought we would take a look at those because some of them are funny and also will decide whether they are indeed arseholes or whether the other people involved are arseholes.
Yeah,
so it should be... What do you say?
I was just answering yes. You said, am I an arsehole?
Oh, well, I was actually... See, that's funny because I was gonna preface this episode by saying, you know, for example, there have been times where I've questioned it myself, where Ben has basically brought this podcast to its knees, and in the group chat, I might have had a go at him out of anger, and I thought to myself, does that make me an arsehole?
I'd say it brought it from its knees. I'd say.
No one should be getting on the knees.
No, not in this room.
Not in this room.
What? In the room next door.
Yeah. There's a special room.
It's got a swing in it.
You should have given it. You should have given the little. It's a special room. Give a little flick of it.
It's a ponytail room.
Ponytail time.
You want to come to the ponytail room?
No, I think you
Hold my pocket.
I think you feed the pony in that room.
Oh my pocket.
Yeah.
People don't know what we're talking about.
No.
Imagine that, you've only just turned this podcast on. It's
He said something about
the first time you ever listened to it,
Yeah.
you're like, what
Makes no
the
sense.
fuck is going on?
It should be a trailer.
If you watch the previous pod, you probably still won't get it, but
Yeah, you
there is a little bit.
Dan's ponytail just getting me. It proper looks like a ponytail.
It actually does.
Shaking his head.
What? I got a ponytail. Deal with it.
2021.
Embrace it. But yeah, so we're going to be going through some stories, and let us know down in the comments if you ever had a scenario where you've come out and thought, Jesus, am I an arsehole? We'd love to know. But before we jump into that, there is something that I do want to discuss because it's just happened a few days ago.
Speaking of arseholes.
Speaking of arseholes, yeah. Jake Paul just keeps on winning. And I have to just say, this poses one question for me. Are UFC fighters actually as hard as they make themselves out to be? Because, well, all right, always, you know, you can go into whether they're strikers or not or blah, blah, blah. But Jake Paul's gone through fucking 2 of them now. You know what I mean?
I think Jake Paul's tough. I think it's fucking, as much as I just don't like him, but I think he's a skilled boxer, and just like the amount of money he's making from it and the amount of money he's putting into it, people he's training with, is like he's just getting so much experience.
Yeah,
I don't mind him. Honestly, I don't mind him. I actually think it's just where so many people I see people posting up like after the fight and dissing him and all this sort of stuff. I think you're all being like brainwashed by everyone else.
Yeah.
It's enough.
No, not by him. What I'm saying is, like, you know, if enough people start saying something, you're right there, ponytail.
It's the mob mentality, isn't it?
It's the mob mentality.
Yeah.
Fucking go and watch him go and actually watch some of his vlogs and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He's actually all right. You just
Yeah.
you don't even watch him. You don't
Yeah.
watch him in interviews. You're just seeing little snippets
of
it.
Yeah,
And
you
you'll
don't
go
know.
in and you're making what's the word? You're making
Assumption.
you're making an
Yeah.
assumption of something that you don't know.
Yeah.
Which is what we all do.
Yeah.
We do
Yeah.
it about different stuff, but sometimes you should, go and do a little bit of research on something before you make these statements online and shit like that. Because at the end of the day, he's doing this whole I don't know in the scene, he's doing like a whole anti-bully campaign where he's like trying to get people who have like been bullied and stuff into boxing, or even bullies. I think he's trying to like get them into boxing.
Both of them. Yeah.
And like, there's other people out there who are nice guys, but they ain't doing shit for nothing. They're just cashing checks and whatever. So like, at least he's actually trying to do something.
I would say I prefer him now. I when I say I don't like him, I still don't like him.
He used to be an when he was younger.
When I watched him when I was I really didn't like him. So obviously that like in context to what he is now, but I still don't like him. I think what he's doing is good, and he's definitely changing as a character because he's grown up. And like I say, and I don't know him. Like I'm not, you just like anything in it. If I met him in a room, he's probably sound now. And it also as well, he fucking plays into the he plays the villain.
I preferred Jake Paul to Tyron Woodley. Didn't like Tyron Woodley at all.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the way he come across. Just like, like just grumpy. Like Jake Paul's having a laugh. He's just playing around, and he's playing to that. But Tyron Woodley just seems like a bit bitter about everything, and he's just a bit like
I don't think these fighters like just how much star power people like Logan and Jake actually have. The fact that they can make probably more in one fight for their fourth fucking professional fight than they've made in their entire career probably doesn't sit too well with them. And like I think you alluded to it, Dan, with the people he's working with and stuff. I think he said I think his sparring partner came out and said like Jake has paid me more money than what I was paid working with the last 10 guys combined.
That's the thing. Like what you got to respect is what they're doing. Like they're fucking changing the game. Yeah. Like they're bringing what they're bringing to the table has like never been done before. No. Like it's so
they're beasts, both of them.
And it's like to like the numbers and the people that they're getting, it doesn't matter like really who he fights because it's going to be someone big because it's going to be about getting the money in, and he'll get better and better. But he's like fucking hell. He took like look at all the fights Ron has had. Like look at the stand up UFC fighters and look at his people he's knocked out.
Yeah, because
like,
he has had a lot
gloves,
of stand. Yeah, he has.
Look at the people he's knocked out, and Jake tuck it on the chin.
Yeah.
And he fucking hit him full force, and it rots him, and he got up. And like everyone's saying it's fixed, and like get punched by a Tyrone Roller like that, full force. See if you get up.
100%.
Because like most people wouldn't.
Nah.
And the whole thing about fix, I think, is so weird. It's like. I don't
think it can.
How do you fix a fight to say right? Punch me as hard as you can. I'll
make sure I don't
to go that try and fake that. Yeah. Like the best movies in the world can't do it. No. So like good luck trying to you cause more damage trying to fake it than you would if you actually just let it happen.
I just think though one person posts something on social media, this fight's a fix, and then everyone's people are so fucking dumb. Like just do a bit of research on it. This is not even Jake Paul. This is anything online. Do some fucking research if we start chatting shit.
Yeah. That's people don't do that.
They don't know.
No, they fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
fucking hell, Ben. I mean, I just gave out the quote. He does it after I just give out the quote.
Dropping bombs.
It's like it reminds him to turn the music on, and then he puts out the fucking thing.
It's like, let's get this copyright.
Oh, I can't.
Do that.
Ben, I got nothing.
Do that one again, but
I can't.
change it up.
You should drop it in there before I'm about to do it.
Okay.
Sorry, mate.
All right, well, I'll bring that up later on.
The quote of the day. I can't.
Sometimes you just can't. There you go.
Sorry.
But yeah, I just...
Sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. I've got nothing left.
It's because I just give out a fucking good quote statement. It's like Ben goes, that would be a good quote.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well, I was kind of hoping you'd just say it again, but it's fine.
That's scoring a banging goal, and it's like, can you just... I'm going to record that now.
Do that again.
It's like...
Yeah, 100%. What's next for Jake? The one thing I don't get Tommy Fury at all. Is he trying to be a serious boxer?
I would, yeah. What he's trying to do is get by looks of it, I think he's trying to get a load of people from the US.
Yeah.
Like, just get his name, no ears, bring up, like, you know, when he does his next fight, have more people watching, more attention.
But
I don't think he'll fight Jake.
But I feel like he wants to, and I just think that'd be a shit move for him. I get money wise and exposure, but
I don't think Jake will fight him yet.
it's just I don't get.
What
that.
I
don't get
think this goes deeper than Tommy Fury. I think where Eddie Hearn and like Matchroom and that have like got the deal with DAZN and they're going like globally around the world, fighting all the like basically all the boxers from Matchroom have been fighting all the like you got Billy Joe Saunders to fight Canelo and these big fights because they're all in the same camp.
Yeah.
And obviously Tommy Fury's under Frank Warren.
Yeah.
And like I just think that they've lost so many of their boxers. Like even like Josh Warrington's like was like champion, went over to like loads of them have gone over to Matchroom.
Yeah.
I think they're just like
looking at
trying to different angles, which is really good by the way. I think it's a good thing. Like you would, you know, if there's another like Matchroom are doing all that, so they might be thinking, right, this YouTube thing's big. Let's try and sort of push our boxers down that way to try and build them up, and then So I think they're not clutching at straws because obviously it's still doing really well, but I think they're just trying different stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, they've got all them fighters in that. You know, you had Daniel Dubois, who's also under Frank Warren as well. So like, I feel like they're just trying different stuff with the thing. You know, they've probably because they get told by their management, don't they, what they should do and advise. So maybe they're like, look, if you do, you know, go in because he's making a name for himself. People, like most people in America now know who Tommy Fury is. They're building that narrative. So like, regardless of what happens, if Tommy Fury fights in America, people are gonna know who he is. And as well, they've done that with Tyson Fury as well. They wanted to build his thing up in America. He's obviously under Frank Warren, so he was fighting big fights in America, and obviously that's why the whole Wilder thing's going on. I think they're just trying to go down like a different kind of path as like all the other boxers.
As well with Tommy Fury, he's not at the stage yet where I don't think or believe he's at a stage where he can fight a big name boxer because he's not got the experience in that yet. So
he seems to keep getting hit with that overhand right.
Yeah, so he's admitted this himself. He's still learning. He's still on a journey. So but I say, taking that fight that that he won and he should have won, like it's going to give him exposure that he wouldn't have got just fighting a next nobody. He's going to really watch it. It's like, oh, it's just another, and that's what he's been accused of. Is like, if you look at, I think someone did a combination of their wins, losses, and draws of all the people he's fought. Yeah, and it's like losses like 60, wins like 4 or something. It's something ridiculous. But like obviously that's traditional boxing. Is you build up. Yeah, to get.
Like I say, with the Matchroom, we've got so many different good boxers. Like whereas, obviously Frank Warren, I can't remember Queensbury, I think they're called. They've only got a handful. So like, they don't want to fight them against each other because as soon as they fight them against each other, it's like you cut one off. Yeah, you cut one off. So like if you've got 4 good fighters, instead of making them all fight each other and then after a couple of fights you've got one left remaining, they keep throwing them in with new people because they're just trying to build up like new people coming through, so they can't really like box them between each other, whereas Matchroom can do that. So.
What I say about Tommy Fury as well, he's got that pedigree in him to do the social media YouTube stuff because he's known in that. So like if you build him up enough, like he will make more money fighting. That's what I mean. Jake Paul
doesn't need to
than
fight,
he would with like it's like people say, oh, it's not serious. Like I know they want titles and stuff, but is he good enough anyway? Is he good enough to actually get a world title?
There's probably going to be like a whole new
era, a whole generation.
New, not like it'll be boxing, but it'll be like just a different. They'll probably have different belts and different because they just all come on like there's so many different belts and there's so many different agencies that they all box through, and it's all political and it's all. But with this new YouTube thing, it's like, well, fucking, you can fight. Goes. He's worth loads of money. He's worth loads of money. Like, let's all make fucking money together. Whereas this one's like, well, we can't. The Matchroom and Queensbury thing's ridiculous. Like they never fight each other. Yeah,
that's why stupid. Isn't
Tyson Fury and the AJ is going to be such a hard fight to make happen because It's political. It's nothing to
Yeah.
do with them. They both want to fucking fight each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like these fights, like Jake Paul fights McGregor, like you're just gonna watch it. It's not really. Do you care about who's the better boxer? You just want to see him like smash each other up.
Yeah.
And then, like I
It's
say,
true.
the actual boxing, like that, like these companies that are doing this thing where they're not boxing against different promotions and stuff like that. It's like you're fucking it up for yourself because like you're not giving people the proper fights that we want to see.
Yeah.
You can't even compare like the YouTube boxing to our boxing, like to main boxing, because it's like, well, Tyson Fury and AJ hasn't even happened. So what are we? We're not comparing the best to the best.
Yeah.
You're just comparing fucking like the best YouTube boxing to other shit that's not even happening.
Yeah.
When's it like? All the good boxers. Need
Take
to
take the politics out of it, and then it's like then
get Dylan White to fight AJ
Yeah.
versus Tyson Fury versus fucking Dylan White.
Yeah,
Throw
yeah.
Derek Chisora in there, like bloody get all like Deontay Wilder versus AJ.
Yeah.
No one will even be fucking concentrating on the fucking YouTube
No, of
boxing.
course
There'd be
not.
nothing there, but because they're not doing it, like they could.
So
make,
worried
they
about,
could
like,
make,
protecting the
they're
belts
trying to
for
protect
money.
that.
Yeah.
It's like you're ruining it for yourself, and that's why we just want to be hyped up. We want to get hyped up before a fight. You know, at the pre, you know, the weigh-ins and shit, and where they're all pushing it. Like we want to get people hyped up, and then we want to watch the fight on the night, and that's what we love, isn't it? It's the build-up, really.
Well,
Yeah.
that's look at the UFC. That's exactly what McGregor did. Like ultimately he was sick at one point, but even when he's losing, do you know what I mean? He's still the highest paid sportsman because he's a fucking hype man.
100%.
And Jake
He sells
Paul
fights.
and Logan Paul are both good hype men.
Yeah.
Especially Jake Paul. And the more and he's tuned into it, the more you dislike someone. Again, same with Trump. Like so many people hated Trump. And you know, you use that because then at least you got something.
Yeah.
Like, then people don't know who you are.
Yeah. 100%.
At least you got a ponytail, mate.
Yeah. Fucking. You know what I mean?
Heartbreak.
Just get a ponytail and then.
Yeah, but that's like UFC is a perfect example. They're like, you know, obviously you've got Bellator and stuff, but UFC get all the best people want to come to the UFC and fight. So it's like there's no politics. It's just like the best fighting the best, and that's why it's shot up so quickly. We want to see the fucking the best fighting the best, and if we're not getting that entertainment, then we'll
Too
go
much
elsewhere.
Politics, isn't there?
Yeah, so we'll go and watch. You know, we'll go and watch YouTubers fight until these other people sort it out.
Yeah.
But I do love you, Eddie Hearn. My favourite.
But
He's trying.
It's saying like YouTubers and that, but like I feel Jake Paul's gone beyond that now.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I
Is
agree. I feel like they both have Logan and Thingy.
like the way he looks, the way he boxes. Like when you look at that, I can't remember what the exhibition was, but it was just YouTubers who's never fought fighting. It was it didn't look.
The TikTok YouTube.
It didn't look like it looked
shit, wasn't it?
like the movement and stuff. Like Jake fucking moves well.
Yeah.
And like, you know, he holds his own. I know everyone's saying he hasn't fought a proper boxer yet, but like,
He will.
He will. Like again, and it's difficult in it for him. Like if you think about him, like put him with an amateur boxer, like, to build it up. No one's going to watch it. No one's going to really care. They're like, oh, who is it? And then it's like, and for him, it's if he loses that against like a nobody, it doesn't make sense for him. So he's got to pick the right people to fight because it's about money.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about boxing is when it goes to like a draw and or like the judges. It gets to the end and it's like
Split decision.
it goes to the judges.
Yeah.
Well, I thought about this last night and I thought they should take it to a
Knockout.
penalty shootout.
Yeah.
Flip a coin, right?
Punch out.
You've got to stand there.
Oh.
The other geezer fucking takes a full swing. If you can take it, then you get a full swing on him.
Yeah.
Whoever gets the first knockout.
Oh fuck that!
I'm joking.
Yeah,
That's not
imagine that
I was,
yourself.
I was trying to think of a way.
Yeah.
Maybe like a punch bag machine or something.
Or like two more rounds or something.
I was watching The Overlap, which is a new series with Gary Neville. He interviews. I think he interviewed Harry Kane and stuff. He interviewed AJ, and they said about the scorecards and stuff. And apparently, in amateur boxing,
punches.
You can see
Yeah.
the cards round by round. And AJ was like, that's great, because if you're going into the last round and you know you're losing, you know you got to come out of the blocks. And also from a spectator's point of view, if you know that the guy in the blue corner is losing and it's the last round, you know, fucking hell, this guy's probably going to come out like a fucking animal now. This is going to be sick. So he was just sort of like saying how he thinks that, you know, there should be more transparency with the cards during the fight so you know where you're at. You know, because if you, like I say, if you've got one round to win it, otherwise you know you've lost, then you are going
It's
to
like
go
is
for
it
it.
the
Or maybe
Olympics
if they
where it's
gave
like
if they
punches landed?
if they gave the rounds round by round, that would be good. Because
Yeah.
then if someone's give a fucking obviously shit decision,
Yeah.
the crowd
Yeah.
will fucking
Yeah,
go
yeah.
absolutely mental, wouldn't
Yeah.
they?
Make them
But
think
like-
about it as well.
Yeah, they'd be.
Yeah.
Imagine that they put one like AJ just clearly won a round, and
Yeah.
then they give it to the other guy. The crowd would be going mental, wouldn't
Yeah.
they? Like boo,
100%,
fucking. That would. I mean, that would just get it a little bit more juicy because it
Yeah.
does feel. It just does feel the way that they do it is like it is fixed. And that's
Yeah,
the reason
definitely.
why people get this probably thing that the Jake Paul thing was fixed, but.
They say, yeah, everyone
Yeah.
says that.
But
about
it
all
wasn't,
fights, don't they?
yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Is there
all-
any way that they could do like a VAR type thing, like where it's literally like analysed? Okay, he hit here, rather than 3 fucking people sat there saying, "Oh, yeah, I think you just got that. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, do you know what I mean?"
It's
There's
tricky with
more-
boxing, isn't it? Because I think is it the Olympics where like they'll do punch it, they'll do just hits. So
Yeah.
it's not how hard you hit; it's just making contact.
Yeah.
So then but you might have someone whose style is not as fast to hit, but then fucking they hit you
Land,
and like
yeah.
I reckon
knock
if it
you out.
goes, there's no one. It should go like
Keep going.
you both get a loss, and then
Yeah.
it's like fucking.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
just
just
have
rather than
wins.
draw.
Don't even have just have wins and losses. And
Yeah.
if you get to the end of the fight and there hasn't been a clear winner, like clear knockout, then it should be
2
you
losses.
both get a
Both
loss.
lose, yeah.
Fair enough.
'Cause then
And then
people
that way,
aren't
if you
gonna
have got
want
a
that,
50,
are they?
if you've got a 50-0, they're like, this guy's a beast. He just
Yeah.
knocked everyone out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's tricky, isn't it? It's tricky with one-on-ones.
Yeah. But we'll have to see. And also just be fascinating to see in a few years' time where this air quotes YouTube boxing thing goes and how it continues to evolve. It maybe it is, just gonna keep going up and up, like you say, rather than like, oh, who's the better boxer? It's like who's got the star power and who can make the most money and all that sort of jazz.
Yeah, I
At
mean,
the end of the day, sport is always at its very core. It's for entertainment, isn't it? So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what it does.
I mean, hats off to like you take the pools out of the equation.
Ponytails off.
Ponytails out. You take them out of the equation. Like, there's no one else who's going to be really doing it, is there?
Yeah.
I think
No, not at
KSI was saying he's looking at fighting.
Is he?
What's the guy who fought Bryce? Can't remember his name.
Oh.
I can't remember his name either.
Yeah, I just feel like for him, he should just fuck it off and focus on his music. He's
Yeah.
killing it. He's killing them.
Yeah.
He's why
Yeah.
fucking fuck that.
He's
off.
got
What the fuck do you need
Well,
to
he's
box
saying
for?
to do that to fight
kind
Jake
of got.
Paul.
The thing is though,
Yeah.
fucking loads of people. I don't. All the KSI fans are going to come after me. But fuck it. He's kind of got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. He hasn't. He lost that fight to fucking Logan Paul. I thought. And he goes around like, I got the win. Like, mate, you lost.
Yeah,
Logan-
I was
if
too,
Logan,
I was
if
there,
Logan
but I
Paul
was too
didn't,
pissed.
if Logan Paul didn't do
I
that
was
thing when
smashed.
you was down, obviously I know it's the rules and that, but you lost that fight. So in
Yeah.
my eyes, you lost that fight, and Jake Paul will beat you up. So,
Mm.
but he just won't admit it.
Yeah,
I think he just needs to say, look, I think Jake Paul has probably outclassed me on that level, so I'm just going to stick to my
Yeah.
music.
If
If he said that, I'd be like, do you know what, mate?
fair enough.
I'd love to
Fair.
see him fight though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
KSI would
Yeah.
kick the shit out of me, so like, you know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah.
dissing him.
He
or
does
anything.
hit hard.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah,
I just
there's
think.
some wild punches though.
Yeah, but then you like I say, look what Jake Paul's been training solid on, like
Yeah, of
movement and
Yeah.
boxing technique
Jake
and-
looks like a much better boxer.
like
Visually.
yeah.
But then again, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking shit. Maybe KSI would get in there and give him a good old fight.
Be
so.
good to see. People will
Yeah.
definitely watch it. I don't think it won't come.
Imagine he's been literally training non-stop since the Logan
Yeah,
fight,
no
and
one
he's
knew.
been playing it down.
Yeah.
He just gets in there and
Then
bang.
fair play to him.
Yeah.
First 10
he said, I
seconds.
think it was with Logan Paul. It was funny how he was talking about Jake actually in front of Logan because it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they did a podcast.
Yeah.
didn't
So
they?
he's saying basically he was like, my next fight would likely be, if I'm going to do it, would be the guy against Bryce. Can't
Yeah, I
remember
know
his
who
name.
you mean.
But I think he beat Bryce up.
Yeah.
Right.
I know who
Um,
you mean. Yeah.
Can't remember. There's 2-4 anyway, and then he's like,
Was it the Ace Family guy? No.
nah. Can we Google it quickly? Just
Who Ben get on it?
Better not get on it.
yeah, the Bryce Hall, and then the guy who fought him.
I know exactly.
Yeah,
who you
if
mean.
he-
Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Austin,
that is the
yeah,
Ace-
so- yeah,
that is the
yeah,
Ace
so, yeah.
family.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I did,
Austin.
yeah.
Austin something.
McBroom.
McBroom, that's it,
McBroom.
yeah.
Terrible
So,
surname.
saying doing that fight, and then
Look, bloom.
once like he kind of proves his point against him and like smashes him, he said then then him fighting Jake Paul's like a good move.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. I think it. The bigger Jake gets doing this, like I say, everyone's like looking at it going, fucking hell, like this is huge.
So I say, when he went, I didn't watch it. I just woke up and I just went to Mara. I was like, because she was already up. I was like, who won? And she was like, Jake Paul. And I was just like,
yeah.
it just woke me up. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. But it's funny, isn't it? In the space of like a year and a half, 2 years, like it's come from like people going, is Jake Paul can he build up to fight KSI?
Yeah.
To now where he's like eclipsing him.
Yeah. Is fucking
Easily,
beating people that have literally been world champions in the UFC.
Which has got up for his confidence.
Yeah. For
like,
sure.
Yeah, I mean, KSI fighting McBroom, but like fight a cage fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like that's, you got to fight someone who's an animal.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's where I want to see KSI just be like, oh man, yeah, he's done fucking really good. Like, I'm gonna have to make sure that I prepare for this fight or whatever. But kind of when he does interviews, he's always a bit like, I'm gonna knock him out. It's like you're not.
This
you're
is
not.
the other problem as
be
well.
a little
You're
bit.
not, mate.
You just be a little bit humble and just be like, he's fucking good. I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm on my game.
Yeah.
Right? But it's just
People have said
I don't
like,
like
if
people-
if Jake fucking fought KSI and knocked him out, that's it. Jake has the Infinity Stones then, and it's game
Yeah.
over. Like he's fucking.
The thing I do love about Jake now as well is that he, like, because he keeps answering critics.
Yeah.
Like Masvidal was like, you know, you fought Ben Askren, like you wait till you fight. You're gonna be in all sorts of pain. You're gonna get smashed. And then it's just like, okay. Well, that didn't happen. Do you know what I mean? I did 8 rounds.
Yeah, it's also
I took it on the chin.
It's entirely possible that maybe Jake's calling was actually in fighting, and had he have just done it as a kid, he could have just been like a fucking absolute killer.
Just don't know. He might just be like. It's only like I say. There's plenty of other people coming up and boxers that come up and like. If you look at how many fights he's had and where he would be in his career, like most people at his age are taking fights that are easily beatable.
Absolute bums,
and he's young. He's only 24.
Yeah.
He is only 24.
crazy,
So
isn't
it's
it?
like
I just want to see Jake versus Logan. Fucking. Oh man,
Yeah.
Duel of the Fates music, Star Wars, and
I want to see again.
Is
Logan-
I want
is
to see him
Logan
and
gonna
KSI.
fight?
I really want to see
Yeah.
that fight because it's just like that's very interesting.
It's numbers
to
as
me,
well. That
because it's
I
like-
think that will happen.
Oh yeah, that'll
Yeah.
do mad
I
numbers.
don't think KSI will do it though.
Yeah. I think he'd be silly to.
Yeah,
I think he'd
same,
be silly
same,
too.
Yeah. But that's why I just want to see him. Look, I ain't doing that. Like I want to I'll concentrate on my music. But
Yeah.
Who do you think Logan Paul's gonna fight next?
Maybe a rematch with
he's well
Mayweather.
he's well into his NFTs at the moment, isn't he? He's off boxing now.
He's fucking off boxing. He's collabing with Crypto Creatures.
There was talk of him fighting.
There's a funny moment on his. I watched his podcast the other day, and he was saying because they went back to like Cleveland where they were born, where Jake Paul was going to fight, and he's like, I just love it that I've been able to like collect all these friends and take them home, and then the other guy was like, collect? He's like. He's like, do you know what I mean? He was saying,
NFTs.
yeah, he's like, we're not fucking NFTs, man. He's like, we're your friend, and he's like, I'm getting well too into this NFT shit. Saying that all his friends, he's collected over the time. He's like,
Yeah, just looking at it like.
he's like, all my friends on the blockchain. It's like, so fucking funny.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, fucking brilliant. Yeah, I don't know. But Mayweather, not Mayweather. Sorry, McGregor.
It's interesting who they're going to pick next.
Yeah. Time will tell.
We'll see.
Yeah, but we'll take it to a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to have a look at some stories of people possibly being arseholes. So we'll see you in a second. APMA, you're right, VIPs. Welcome to this exclusive podcast just for you. VIP, you're right, I'm just talking about the spice. Great question, mate.
And then,
Fucking. What did you
lost on that.
I was like, what? I just...
Oh, acre and garden.
Boys, I fucking got this, mate.
Stevie, you're making me cry, man.
It's funny because
Can we just vouch that if any of us dies, we carry on the podcast?
Oh, yeah. Don't know why Ben's playing that, to be honest. What are you drinking?
at my VIPs.
Hello, Caden.
What's the one thing you're looking forward to most?
Oh, good question, mate. Thank you very much. We will answer that now. How are you?
Hi, Dishy Dan.
Yeah, we've got a game show to do.
Game show.
People were using them to pleasure themselves to 50 Shades of Grey.
Cucumber.
You don't have to be someone in order to go and become someone.
Really like what you just said. You have to be
I
someone
know.
to be.
Like, that is probably
really
one
good.
of the coolest things I think I've ever said.
That is so good. Because this is what you get in the VIP. This is behind the scenes. Ben's having a go at me. You guys drop in via the Discord, ask us some questions, and we've got the game show. It's an opportunity to win a free t-shirt.
In fact, in here is the studio. Hello guys, you alright? So I'm just doing a little studio tour for the guys. We've got Dan, Jimmy and Lozzie, of course.
Okay, guys, so we're back. So, shout out to Scott Evans, who messaged me the other night, and he was like, mate, I think if you look at the Am I an Arsehole subreddit, it'll make for an amazing podcast. So I did that, and I agreed. So, the basic premise is, you know, these are stories where the actions are questionable, you know? And so I think Ben's now going to pop one up on the screen, and we're going to dive in, we'll dissect it, and we'll just decide, you know, A, would we do that? And B, are they an arsehole? Before I quickly jump into that, off the top of your domes, do you have any examples yourselves where you thought to yourself, did I take that a bit far? Was I a bit of an arsehole there?
I think I've done that lots in life, to be honest with you. It always seems logical in your own head, doesn't it? But sometimes you can look back and you're like...
I don't know if I've said that I did a bad move once. Talking about like, I don't know if I said it on the podcast before. We're doing army training, and we're doing like a big tab or anything, and then I think we did like an 8 mile or 10 mile, and then we stopped over at this pub to get we weren't drinking alcohol, it was just to go get waters and stuff. And we're in this pub, and I needed a toilet, so I went to the toilet and I was fucking dying for a shit, and got on, just had a shit, and then went to flush the toilet and just started filling up. So I tried to like sort out, put more toilet roll, flushed it.
Not going to fix it.
Flushed it again. No, yeah, flushed it again, and then it just floated to the top, and then all my turd, and it was just floating around. But then it must have been blocked to start with, and there's other turds that come up, and I was like, for fuck's sake. And obviously, like, you with all your corporals and everything, and then there's like 20 guys, like all my platoon and stuff. So I just thought, fuck it, I just went out and left it. And then just sat down and thought, hopefully we'll go.
Yeah.
And then it just gets sorted. And then, so we're waiting around, like we're close to going. And then one of the fucking corporals goes in there. But like no one has really like seen me go in.
Yeah.
And other people like going back and forth. And then he fucking come out. He was like, who's fucking done that in the toilet? And then I was thinking, is anyone going to know it's me? And like no one kind of did. And I was like, right, I just keep quiet a minute. He's like, this is fucking disgusting. And then he's like, there's shit floating. He's like, right, so I need a volunteer to go in and unblock it. And I was like, I can't volunteer straight away because then everyone's going to think it's me, and the fact that it is me. So I just waited, and he's like, right, if no one volunteers, we're going to beast you. You're going to do this, and this.
Yeah.
Like we're going to go another 2 miles and all this. So then we got beasted as well. Then because of that, one of my mates volunteered, and I was like, I'll help you as well. And then I went in, and he just got the bin bags on his hand, and then he was scooping it up, and like scooping his hand there, and then all the shit was coming, and I was just like, fuck man, that's my shit.
Yeah.
He did manage to unblock it in the end, but I was just like, man, that's so bad. That's such an arsehole move. I never told him. Like, yeah,
He still
But
does
then
that.
again,
doesn't he?
at the time, it's like you'd have had to...
I should have just owned up though. I should have just owned up and done it, but like, and we got punished anyway.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
No, well, we all got punished. Yeah, we all got punished.
But was that actually your fault though?
Yeah, it wasn't.
What?
your
That I
fault.
clogged the toilet up.
Yeah,
They should have had a better
surely
toilet.
the toilet was already kind of clogged.
I blame the pipes.
If anything, you would have been like the last straw.
Yeah, but maybe
You know
I
what I
should have
mean?
put. I should
The
have
last poop.
told them or let's
Yeah.
rather than just ignoring it. And then, but
I
then,
suppose
but
if
it was the thing about it wasn't so much that it was just watching my mate scoop it all up, and then the turd's floating on his arm, just thinking that's my shit.
Yeah.
That you're fucking got your hand floating around. I was like, and he was fuming. He was like, "Fucking, I can't believe something." And I was like, "I know, mate, it's fucking bad." Fuck's sake.
Whoever did that is a
It's
cunt.
like, mate, they're fucking. And then I'm like, I was like, "I'd do it, mate," but
It's not my shit.
yeah,
so.
it's not my shit, mate. Not all of it.
Fucking.
It's fucking plumbing round here, shit in it, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose if you'd have gone to the bar and said, "Look, fucking."
I was so petrified
Yeah.
of
I know,
the
yeah.
corporals. I was like, I
Yeah.
just fucking just don't say anything and we'll go.
Fucking hell,
Fuck
man.
it. Fuck it, mate.
Yeah,
But yeah.
that's definitely one.
Yeah.
That's definitely a story.
It was an arsehole.
Let the people
Literally,
decide.
yeah.
Get in the
Right,
comments.
arsehole.
Yeah, was Dan an arsehole there? What about you, you boys? Anything that springs to mind?
I can't think of nothing like a story wise. I'm sure I've done stuff that's fucking a bit. Sometimes you have to be a bit of an arsehole, don't you? When you're, a boss or whatever, you do have to.
Yeah.
Do have to be a bit of an
Sometimes.
arsehole sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure I have been.
Yeah, but I think it's more
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's like
like you've done something, then afterwards you might have been like, "Oh fucking hell!" Actually, I might have went a bit overboard there.
Yeah.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've had a few. Yeah, just a few run-ins and that. Do you know what I mean? Where afterwards you're like, actually, there's no need for that. Maybe in my younger years, in arguments, when you used to go a bit below the belt, and it's like, actually, no, come on, you're better than that. Don't need to be doing that. But one thing I just always like to, and I think it's something that you should take away from this podcast is, if you do these sort of things, or as long as you learn from it, do you know what I mean? And improve as a person, you're gonna
Definitely,
fuck
yeah.
up, you're gonna be a cunt,
Yeah.
you're gonna be, you're gonna mess up. But as long as you're not literally doing it again the following
Yeah.
week, then
Or do something nice to combat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I don't like this whole cancel culture thing. I don't,
Yeah. Oh yeah. At
It's
least
like-
they just assume that you
So
just don't
basically,
grow.
you've been living.
You
You
fuck up
might have been
once.
living your life for 25 years, and you've been, the best person ever, and you've helped old ladies cross the road every day, and you give to charity, and you have a one-off day, and you fuck
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
You go upstairs and you have a fight with someone banging above. No, but like,
Yeah.
something you might just say that something wrong one day,
Yeah.
and it's come across the completely wrong way.
Yeah.
And then like everyone will jump on your case, especially online. Like say
Yeah,
we do
yeah.
YouTube and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like I don't know. It's what I think it's quite worrying because it's like
Yeah.
it can.
It's awful.
I just think
Yeah.
it's silly because I'm someone that believes that fucking hell. I think as a person you change. Fuck, if it's not weekly, then monthly. Do you know what I mean? I'm not the same person I was 6 months ago. I'm not the same person I was a year ago. I'm certainly not the same person I was 5 years ago. People change, they mature, they grow up. Sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. But it's like when these people, like, they'll find a tweet from fucking when the person was like 15, and then they're like, "Oh my god, that is you." It's like, what do you mean? That's like you're saying a 30-year-old is something silly that they tweet when
Yeah.
fuck who like. Where's the fucking logic?
Yeah.
You sad
And then-
cunt. Just fuck
And then
off.
like I say, we got that people jump on the mentality.
Yeah.
The bandwagon mentality. The funny thing about that is I forgot what I was going to say. No, I was thinking
It's a
about
ponytail.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, right? Everyone can admit, right?
Everyone's fucked up.
When you're not tweeting online and the cameras are off and stuff, we fucking say it. Locker room talk they call it. I don't know, whatever, or barbershop talk. Like,
Yeah.
go into a fucking barber's, right, and just sit there for like
And just listen.
all day and
Yeah.
just listen. And you could cancel 100 people, but it's just like
What I find
that's just
yeah.
You just gotta get on with life,
It's the
haven't you?
cancelling which is the problem, not the
Yeah.
people. People have been doing that since time began. Like, it's
Yeah.
but I know some stuff is bad, but I don't think that everyone jumping on people. I don't think that that's a good thing. I
No,
really
I don't
don't.
either.
I don't
I don't either.
like it. I don't.
And it's quite ironic, I think, that cancel culture is the closest thing to bullying mentality I've ever seen, and yet
Yeah.
they're
Yes.
supposed to be the
Yeah.
righteous ones.
And
Do you know
it's-
the trouble with it is?
I don't understand it. And it's really just.
It's like the people who are generally quite nice all the time, and then do the odd one bad thing. So that's they're like,
They're
oh,
the
look
ones
at this
that- yeah.
outstanding. Let's get on him for that.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah,
but then,
yeah.
so like Eminem, if you come off the bat and you say bad shit and you're a cunt
Yeah.
from the start,
Yeah.
they're like, someone tried to cancel him recently. They were like, he said this about raping, and they were like, fuck. You should see the stuff he said before that. And
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
like,
yeah.
let's cancel him for this. And then a load of people just went back going, he was saying, like, put his missus in the car, murderer, drive her over. Like, that's nothing compared
Yeah.
to, but because he's done it off the bat, it's like, he's okay.
100%.
And I always remember, like, when we started this podcast, I was like, we've said some bad stuff on the podcast and stuff and funny, but then
it's not bad though.
no,
It
but
is bad.
that's the thing. It's generally
Yeah.
us. But if we come off the bat and we're like never said anything bad the
Yeah.
whole time, and then you build
You
up,
say
then
something
all of a sudden
moderately
you say
edgy.
something that's off, and people cut it, use it out of context,
Yeah.
and go, "Oh, they said this," and it's like, and it's weird because you look. If someone, this happened with E17, they were like say for instance Eminem, he's like talking about popping pills, doing E, he's like doing drugs. E17, he talked about taking an E. What, and they were like, cancel them. They were like, they shut them down, like fucked all their lives, fucked all their careers. Like the guy was a bit of a whatever. But that one thing is because, like I say, if Take That would have said it, probably would have been the same. But then there's other, there's like the streets or whatever, who like taking pills and that all the time, and it's all to do with like how much you say it. But it's weird, isn't it? Sometimes it's acceptable if you say it all the time.
Yeah, it's
but if
strange,
you're nice,
isn't it?
but then you say
Yeah.
it, that's worse.
Or like,
Yeah.
do you know what I
Weird.
mean? You get on a podcast and we're talking about stuff and different. You might say. I'm not saying that we do. This is just an example. We say something like derogatory towards women or whatever, and people are like, "Fucking, they're terrible," blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
But then you get like rappers who are talking about bitches and fucking shooting and doing drugs and all this stuff, and it's like, well.
People are singing their lyrics.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
sing that. What? Just because I'm not singing over a rap beat doesn't
Yeah,
mean that you
it's-
can't. So I don't understand the line.
It's very
It's out-
And I'm not. I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that everything should be cancelled either. I'm saying that everything. And again, it's like not everything should be allowed. But like, fuck me. Like, there's a dip. You can see there's an obvious line,
I
isn't
think
there?
the PC culture's just gone too far.
There's
It's
stuff
just-
that-
there's a pendulum at hand here,
yeah.
and it's swung way too far.
And stuff. The trouble is, stuff gets taken out of context.
Yeah.
Now, like
Context is so important.
If you pull something out that someone said, but then it's like, but if you put it in a whole package and go, okay, yes, you said that, but then, oh look, you've done all this for charity. You've done this. You've done this good work. You've like done that. Like that's never taken into account. You're just like, oh, you said that.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, but I've also done a million other good things. Said,
100%.
Yeah, but they'll even if like someone gives to charity and they'll point out some of the bad stuff you do, they'll say, "Oh, you didn't give enough," or
Yeah,
"You
yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
give to the
But
charity."
I don't even know how we got down this hole. I don't
Yeah.
remember. Were we just talking about
cancel.
stories?
Cancel
People being
culture.
people being
even
arseholes.
talking about
Yeah.
cancel culture is risky somehow. It's fucking
Yeah.
The thing that fucks me off the most with it though is that 99% of the people who ask for an apology or say they're offended, they're not offended.
Yeah.
They're offended on someone else's behalf. So
Yeah.
even if you did apologise and you did genuinely do something wrong to someone,
It
you've
might-
only got to apologise to one person potentially
if
in this
it's- yeah.
scenario. But because you've got such basically a vacuum of fucking opinion from all these people who are saying like, "Oh, that's disgusting. You shouldn't be fucking saying that. Let's cancel that person. Cancel that person." You then got to apologise to everyone because then they feel so entitled around the whole issue. It's like, well, I need an apology now. You haven't apologised to me.
And you're only doing it to your audience. Do you know what I mean? You're only like, if they share it out to another audience, it's like you're part of the fucking problem because you're sharing that thought out to more people. Like,
Do you know
if you put something out on your YouTube and then your own audience like all turn their back on you, and it's like, well, you fucked it yourself. That is the thing, that your audience won't watch you again. You've finished it for yourself.
Yeah.
But like. It's like someone with an audience of like 5 million. Someone might say something to an audience of 500, and then someone with an audience of 5 million goes, "Look what this person said." It's you're now sharing that to this other larger audience. It's like you've just made the problem. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
it's weird. It's quite an evil thing because it's like the whole premise of it is like, okay, let's go at this person to. Okay, so they were doing whatever, doing well. They had followers or whatever, and they were earning money. Let's go, and it's ruined their life. Oh, fucking brilliant! We've ruined that person's life. Oh, they want to kill themselves now. Oh yeah, we've won. Like okay, so you've done good by someone saying something, and it's almost like a lot of the time it's usually over punishment. Like the punishment compared to what was said or what was done is like it doesn't relate. Like it should be. And then if you look at the flip side, when you've got like people going to, getting caught for stuff like criminals and like do horrendous stuff, and the punishment's nowhere near as bad. Yeah, 100%. It's weird. It's almost like maybe you don't want to build yourself up on a platform where you can get taken down by saying the wrong thing. Yeah,
people to share something that someone said something bad, and then like there's there's loads of murderers getting put in prison for shit. It's like what.
Yeah. But they're not on a platform, so it's you can't bring them down because they've got nothing to kind of lose, sort of thing. But the whole it is weird, especially. I think later on in life as we go through, I think we'll be more aware of it, and we'll be like, oh shit, we got to look at the ramifications of actually doing this to some people because it has been done before. To whatever celebrity, and
that's like
people have killed themselves.
That's like my thing.
Caroline Flack,
exactly.
She got so much shit for beating up her boyfriend, or having the domestic sorry with her boyfriend, that she killed herself. And then I guarantee the people that were slagging her off on Twitter were like, "Oh, R.I.P. Caroline."
Vigils.
Do you know what I mean? It's like fuck off, man.
Yeah, just be like.
But that's like my thing with the Jake Paul thing. It's like I really try and see stuff now from like
objectively
everyone's perspective. Like I really do try and put myself in someone's shoes or whatever, and like I know everyone's like, oh, blah blah blah, it's this, is that. It's like if Jake Paul was to bloody kill himself, like because of all the hate and stuff, like how would people feel? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, is he actually that much of a bad human?
No,
not at all.
No.
Does he grind your gears a little bit? He knows what he's doing, but like
it's a personality.
That's what I mean.
It's an online personality.
He's a human as well. Do you know what I mean? He's an actual human that's living their life, and he's got feelings, and like I'm sure if you met him, he would be sound.
Just fucking all I can say is, just focus on your own life, trying to get the most positivity and most success out of your own life. Don't fucking waste your energy trying to destroy successful people.
Yes, man.
And you'll probably be happy yourself. Because at the end of the day, they want to tear these people down because they've made a mistake. And the only time that they're satisfied is when they can sit there and say, yay, they are now as miserable as I am.
There's your quote of the day.
Just fucking work on yourself and you'll be happy.
Yeah, concentrate on yourself.
Don't
put it on. Don't put it on now. Fucking motherfucker.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. Completely.
It's the fact of the week. Rabbits can't puke.
I love those short ones.
There you go. Rabbits can't puke, ladies and gentlemen.
It's the fact of the week.
Fantastic. Should we pull up one of these stories, Ben?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
What's
this podcast?
Yeah, sorry, lads.
Okay, so Am I the Arsehole? If I announce my pregnancy at my father's birthday party, I'm 14 weeks pregnant, and my husband and I had agreed to wait until after the first trimester to announce my pregnancy to our respective families. I had planned to announce it to my dad first and then the rest of my family. My dad's birthday is later this month, and because it's during the week, the official celebration was not going to happen until the following weekend. My husband and I planned to order a custom sonogram frame with our baby's sonogram and gift that to my father on his actual birthday, and then get him an additional gift for his family celebration. But now there has been a change of plans. My dad's party will be held on his actual birthday, and I'm thinking that I'll be the arsehole if I usurp his day. So strangers of Reddit, what do you all think? That's a very interesting one.
Yeah.
Does it make her an arsehole?
I think the dad would probably appreciate it, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
Stealing the thunder?
It's quite a nice gesture.
I don't think the dad would care. I don't think he's that bothered about his...
Oh, what, you're up the duff? Fuck it now.
Yeah.
Again. I don't know.
They heard of a fucking Johnny, love.
To be fair, after your 21st birthday, they don't really count anymore, do they?
Yeah, I think if it's like his 50th or something, maybe, let it be about him.
That might be a quality birthday present if he's like wants to be a fucking granddad.
It's a good time to announce it because everyone's there, aren't they? So just get rather than
one and done.
Yeah, you just don't have, you just get it out of the way. And he's not gonna care.
No,
he's gonna no. And as well, like your birthday, it's not like you know, have your birthday for an hour or whatever. Get your fucking cake and that, and then she's like, oh, by the way, everyone's here. I've got something to say. You know, your birthday's done.
Yeah.
Got your presents.
Yeah.
Depends if your dad's Fritzl.
But also, so this one also raises the question, because I have seen videos of this happening, that have you ever seen people propose at other people's wedding days?
Yeah, that's
an arsehole move.
Yeah.
That's like that is stealing thunder.
Yeah.
But a wedding is supposed to be, you know, like a once in a while event, depending on like how many times you get married. But your birthday happens every year. So
Yeah, that's true.
if you go out of your way to go to a wedding just to propose to someone, it's
Weddings are fucking expensive as well.
Yeah.
That person
respect
spent a lot of money.
the day.
I would be fucking pissed.
Yeah, it's respect the day is the quote.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm coming
Respect the day.
We're all coming out of them.
Bangers.
Apart from me.
This is the next one.
Just went to a wedding.
Oh, this is the next one.
Yep.
Am I the arsehole for telling my extended family how many men, roughly, my sister has slept with after she outed our youngest brother as a virgin? Well, until that last sentence, I would have said yes, but now, no. We had a family dinner this evening. My family has 4 kids in total. Me, my elder sister, who's 29, my younger sister, who's 24, and my youngest brother, who's 22. Extended family attended our family dinner, so all of our significant others, our cousins, aunts, and uncles were there. During the dinner, my elder sister and younger brother got into a mild disagreement. My sister seemed, at least to me, to be coming across as very aggressive out of frustration and losing said argument. The two of them were too absorbed in their argument to realise the rest of us were getting a bit fed up. Eventually, my sister got really fed up and said, "Shut up, I'm not going to argue with a 22-year-old virgin." My brother hadn't done any personal attacks up until that point. It was completely unprovoked. I think it might have been the alcohol, as my sister is a mean drunk. But anyway, I immediately told my sister to grow up and that she was making an embarrassment out of herself. She replied by saying everyone knows he's a virgin and she didn't say anything wrong. This annoyed me, as my brother definitely has confidence issues and doesn't need to be made fun of like this. So I responded by saying how she slept with well over 100 men while she was in college, and that since everyone in the family knows this, it's not a big deal, right? Turns out her husband didn't know this.
Oh my God.
I genuinely assumed he must have known. He left the party angrily, saying my sister misled him about her past. Family is blaming me for their marital problems. I refuse to accept I did anything wrong. My sister bullied my brother in front of everyone. All I did was give her a taste of her own medicine.
Fucking
I
hey.
think legends.
That's brilliant.
I think fucking legends.
Yeah, I
Standing
would-
up for your brother.
Yeah, what I would say is
Doesn't matter if you're a virgin. It doesn't matter if you slept with 100 people.
what she should.
No.
Bearing in mind
just fucking sex.
Bearing in mind
Yeah.
the husband was there, she shouldn't have said the 100 number, because it's like you don't know what other people have said to other people. So
Doesn't matter though, does it? It
Yeah,
literally,
but
again, it's another thing. That's another thing that's like
Society,
been built up in people's heads.
But if
that,
she's
like,
told her
do you
husband,
know what I mean?
yeah, but if
it's
you
a
know,
trust issue.
There might be
Yeah.
you know, what's worse, a virgin killer or someone who slept with 100 people who hasn't ever murdered anyone. It's like the actual, whether you've slept with lots of people or not many, doesn't make you a good human.
No,
or a
but it's
bad
if you
human.
told the truth or not.
Oh,
If
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
if
she
like your
lied
missus
about
said,
it.
I've slept with 2 guys, and then
And
like at a
there's
party,
actually
you go, oh yeah,
300.
there's like slept with 300. You're like, well, that's I'm a
legend. Fair fucking play, mate.
But yeah, I don't think it's
Fair
the
fucking play. It's fucking
if she's told in
crack
the
on.
if she's told in,
Yeah, it's the trust thing, isn't it?
yeah, I would say she could have said it, but it's the number.
All that shit
Yeah.
that's never bothered me about numbers and all sorts of stuff.
Dogging
It's
in
just
it.
No, but lying though.
Oh man.
It's the lying. isn't it?
I don't think that. I don't think this.
I understand why they would lie because it's the whole social
Yeah.
culture around it.
Yeah.
But it actually doesn't matter.
I just think fair play for, you know, she's obviously the older
sticking
sister
up.
has obviously, you know, done the younger brother over dirty, so she's just done her over even dirtier
Yeah.
and ruined her marriage.
She
in the
didn't have a
process.
comeback, did she? To the I think she would have had a comeback. But yeah, I think
she's had enough of it on her
I think
back.
Hey, Benta.
if her husband wouldn't have been there,
Gave her all that comeback, mate. She'd
I
be
would
fucking...
say grounded.
swimming in it.
If she wanted to
So
come back,
fucking-
scrape it out of her teeth.
Oh,
that's
he always
it.
has to
Jimmy
take it
Carr.
too far, doesn't he?
Jesus Christ.
Jimmy Carr
So
over there.
fucking,
It's a family show.
it's a fucking pond of fucking sperm, mate.
Yeah. So I personally think she should have. She just shouldn't have done it with the husband there. Otherwise, it's fair game. I think.
Yeah, 'cause
how
to
did
be
they even
fair-
get into the argument in the first place? What was it? They was arguing about.
Yeah, just
Unprovoked argument.
Yeah, but to be fair, the innocent person in this is the husband, Borkan.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
He's done
yeah.
nothing wrong.
Yeah, but potentially he may have been safe from a bad relationship.
Yeah, saying that
Maybe.
if she said to him, "Oh, slept with," and she's slept with over 100, nothing wrong with that. Like,
But just constantly lying.
For
but
me,
it's like
yeah.
if it's the lie,
There
then
is a solution here.
So,
The husband.
Hall pass.
yeah, it goes. Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
99 to
No,
go.
no. The husband has to take the virgin to the strip club.
Ah,
There you go.
There you go.
There you
Sorted.
go.
And sleep with 90 girls
Yeah.
to get his numbers up.
oh dear. There
Yeah.
we go. But yeah, I'd say you're not an
Inter-
arsehole, but I think the older
interesting
sister
though.
is.
Very good one.
Yeah. Am I the arsehole for telling a nurse that she's just a failed doctor? So I went to the hospital yesterday because my jaw was hurting pretty bad on one side. Is this you, Dan? When the nurse...
That's because of the jaw, not because I've told any nurses.
yeah, no, because of the jaw. When the nurse, a 60-something-year-old lady, came to see me, she pressed my jaw in a few places, asked me to open it up and close it, etc., and tells me nothing seems wrong. And I probably just pinched a nerve. I've pinched nerves before, and this felt much different. So I tell her that and ask if there's anything else it might be. But she insists it's just a pinched nerve. Then she told me, listen, people with anxiety overthink small things and fixate on them. Your jaw is perfectly normal. That struck me as odd, so I asked her why she thought I had anxiety, and she told me that she could just tell by the way I held myself and spoke. That really frustrated me, as I thought that was a pretty crude assumption to make, and the patient having anxiety isn't a reason to dismiss what they're saying. So I told her I don't think a failed doctor should be diagnosing people with things like that. This made her pretty upset, and I can tell she told the doctor about it because he made a comment when he came to see me. Am I the arsehole?
Both
That's a
knobheads.
hard one.
I would.
they're
Both knobheads.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think, yeah.
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 I mean, to be fair, like her career's pretty much over. 60-year-old fucking nurse, so fair game, fuck it.
And a virgin.
what? Because she's close
Ageism.
to retirement.
Yeah,
Ageism, mate.
Yeah.
That's what you can accuse
You're
me
one
of
of
that. Fucking do it herself. I'm a Billy Scoostum.
I think they're both arseholes.
it's a bit of tit for
She
tat. innit?
shouldn't have fucking said that, and I mean that is quite a response.
Yeah.
I feel like he had that locked and loaded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, that was ready to go.
To be fair, saying to someone like just chatting to someone, going, "Yeah, is that because your anxiety?" That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's fucking
bad,
terrible.
isn't it? Yeah,
Patronising.
But then,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then, I mean, and this might be a bit ageism. It's a 60-year-old, which
They
I mean,
can't fight.
older people, they can't fight. Older people do like have,
different thoughts about
you know,
it.
like
Yeah.
you know.
But it wasn't a thing in their day.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
what was it? You know, you had shell shock. Like, oh, you got a bit fucking frightened when you were in the ward. No, actually, they have PTSD
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're fucked. Do you know what I mean? So,
Why someone they get blown off?
yeah. Oh, you got to. Oh, what? You're a bit sad today.
Yeah.
Just be happy. So they, you know, they're
Different time.
yeah, exactly. So maybe she's just sort of like doesn't believe in it. You know what I mean?
Another little clue there is like he said. There's a bit where he says about basically winding people up like he's done it before. So I feel like
He's a bit of a prick.
Yeah.
Again, this is a thing in life. I think everyone just has different views on stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like if you attack that, you're part of that fucking problem, aren't you? Like
Yeah.
attacking someone for saying something
Yeah.
is just like just crack on with your day. Like,
Yeah,
if she
innit?
said that about you, if you then go back at her, you're just as bad as
Yeah,
what
you've
she
lost
said
the
to
high
you.
ground
Yeah,
if there is
so,
any.
It's weird. It's all context, isn't it? Like you know, before that, she might have seen someone who's like got same age, whatever. He's like, yeah, I've got anxiety, and then
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
like seeing him acting, going, oh, it's because of the anxiety. She might have meant it.
Yeah,
and then,
true.
And then
Yeah.
like
That's
you know,
if it had just said to her, look, I think that's a little bit inappropriate saying that.
yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
and I'm only telling you because obviously you work with different patients, and I wouldn't want you to.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
to
There's
someone
ways
else.
to handle it.
Yeah,
you don't then just
they're
belittle.
just going straight.
Because not only
into-
that, he has literally called every single nurse a failed doctor.
Yeah, which that's dumb.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think you are a bit of an arsehole, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, and nurses are fucking quality, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They
Mate.
work,
Yeah, they're
they
amazing.
work and work like harder.
They work to the into
Are you
the
saying that
fucking
doctors don't work very hard, mate?
Doctors
I just sign
shit.
prescriptions,
So
don't they?
patients don't work up.
I'll tell you what I will say about doctors.
Oh god.
They can't
They're all
fucking
cunts.
write. Like, how the fuck did
how
they
to
get
read
through
their,
uni?
yeah, how they
Like,
write their,
what
yeah.
happens to doctors? Like, they just, they study. Probably some of the hardest studying you've ever had to do. Imagine what all the questions and the papers and all the stuff they've wrote. I reckon
And then
they've
your handwriting.
wrote too much.
Yeah.
And they're
That's
just like,
broken.
by the end, fuck it. I'm
Yeah.
fucking done.
Yeah.
I'm qualified
Just a straight
now.
line. Fuck off.
Signed us up. For
There's
Yeah,
your
have you ever got a prescription?
Oh, yeah, you
What
can't read it.
The fuck is that?
Yeah, so I hope they gave me the right antibiotics.
I just
Fucking
reckon,
hell.
there's something going on. It's
Maybe it's they
Some
have
sort
to
of
write it
game.
a certain way that only the people who take the
Some sort of
prescriptions
code.
can understand it. In case because if you lost the prescription and someone picked it up, went there, got it,
Code.
and then
Interesting.
maybe I don't know. That?
Maybe.
Right, so you picked this
If
up.
there's any doctors that watch us, let us know. Why do you
Yeah.
handwrite
They
so shit?
fucking don't watch this shit, mate.
What's the next one, Ben? Am I the arsehole for wanting my son to call me dad instead of my name? So my son... So the dad is 38, the son's 16. So my son started addressing me by my first name instead of dad. I'm not okay with it. I had asked him not to call me by my first name, and he said he can call me whatever he wants, and I can't force him to call me dad. My wife, his mum, told me not to get too hung up on this since this really isn't an issue. I told her that it is an issue for me, just not an issue for her since he still calls her mum. Yesterday, I sat my son down and asked him to please stop calling me by my first name. He refused, and so I grounded him, took away his electronics, and only gave him access when he needs it for school. I'm not going to just be disrespected like this in my own home, and told him once he learns some manners, will the punishment be lifted. To say the least, he's pretty angry with me, and he doesn't understand why I'm so hung up on not being called dad. My wife is now staying out of it, but did tell me I'm going too far, and that son is just a teenager, and that I should know how teenagers are. So here I am asking if I really am an arsehole.
Yes, you're an absolute cunt.
I think that's disrespect, though.
That's not disrespectful.
It is weird.
It's not
weird.
disrespectful at
It's
all.
weird that he still calls his mum though.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
his
what's that
dad
about?
by
After he's
'Cause
16.
his dad's obviously got some kind of fucking issue with like respect and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. Like I'm sure your son respects you. Do you know what I mean? It's not you're built in to respect your father, aren't you? Like, do you know what I mean? So
At
yeah.
16,
I always
it's weird.
I
age.
call my dad Dad. I call him Ed. I call him Pa. I call him all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I just
my-
think that if someone tried to ground me for what I call them, it's just fucking stupid.
It's
isn't
not.
it?
It's not going to
Not
help
the issue.
issue.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But what he should have done is just gone, that's cool. I'm going to just call you child.
Yeah.
And then just kept
Yeah.
referring to his child until he changed
But
mind.
his dad's really got this.
He's got something
His
about it,
dad's
yeah.
got,
Yeah.
and his dad. The issue here is with the dad, not with the
Yeah.
son. The son don't care. He's not bothered. He hasn't got an issue with. You know what I mean? It's not like.
He's probably just doing it because he's getting a reaction out of his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But his dad's obviously got some kind of issue with.
It's funny
respect
when your
and shit
kids
like that.
when your
It's just
kids
like-
call you by your name. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Like because like, my kids do it every now and then they're like Rachel or Dan, and it's really obviously they're little. They're like
And you're
nine
like, don't you fucking call me that, you cunt. Call me dad.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't let them out for 4 weeks now, so they're learning
the cage.
They're learning their lesson. Yeah, like
Would you
again,
be alright with that?
That's why I picked this one because I was going to relate it.
I would say the only as they get older, the only thing I would see with that is that like, let's get to the top bit, Ben. It says, when he says, "I'll call you what I want," because then that is like, well, no, like you can't just call me what you want, like. But again, yeah, it's a bit weird. It's like it shouldn't really be an issue. He's obviously got something.
It's basically his dad's raised him incorrectly, and he's taken it out on his son instead of being like, he's. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking hell, though. At 16, like if that's his problem with his kid.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
When I was
That's what
16,
I mean.
I put a brick through my dad's car window.
Yeah.
Like,
Still call him dad.
I don't know if he knows that actually. I don't know if I
Yeah.
ever told him, but I got angry once and we had an argument. And
He's going to come up the stairs.
no, yeah, I don't know. If I did what? I literally was so fucking. It wasn't the. It's funny. I didn't put it through the main one because I knew that was expensive. I put it through the side one.
He's calculated it. So, no,
yeah.
I used to
expensive.
smoke weed in my bedroom like actually in the room, just like
Just chilling.
didn't give a shit.
And,
He was too stoned to care.
It's 'cause it is a
No, but I mean now, like that would be. That, it
absolutely
must have
stoned.
stunk.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it must have been like.
Yeah.
But it's not because again, it weren't because of like I had no respect or anything. It was just like he was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad didn't have a complex issue with being like having to be
Yeah.
like the macho man. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
He just. He was a fucking geezer. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. He was just sort of
he
like
didn't have to like.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
didn't have to like be a dad
Yeah.
to me. He just was anyway. But
Yeah.
if there was any issues, he would fucking. He would
Yeah,
go,
like the window thing, he'd have been like, well, you shouldn't have done that. You're going to have to pay me back now.
yeah.
And but
Yeah.
all right, and like, don't do it again, otherwise I'll
Wouldn't be like
smash
the-
your
wouldn't be
Mega
like a
Drive up, and you're
yeah.
like, okay, yeah, I wouldn't like that.
I would like that.
So yeah, less know, but yeah,
Leave the Mega Drive alone.
yeah,
please.
please don't. Yeah, but no, he would have if like, yeah, he would have just smashed my Mega Drive.
This
up.
dad-
Those
this
Streets of
dad-
Rage on your foot.
His dad sounds like a bit of a pussy dad as well.
Yeah.
doesn't he? Let's face
You
it.
gotta
He's
set
just
some
one of
rules.
them. Yeah, he's just one of them. Dads,
Oh, he's gone
isn't
to fucking Reddit for answers,
Yeah.
for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, if my
Small
dad
man.
had an issue
parental
with me, he'd be
advice.
like, right, let's go in the fucking garden then, son. You'd be like, oh, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Go and
We're
have
doing
a, go
gardening.
and have a fight.
Yeah.
And then
Let's have a fucking ruck, mate.
get your head caved in and there's your respect.
There you go. That's how it's earned.
Legend.
That is how it's earned.
And he was like, he was also like, you know, why do you still call your mum? It's like, mate, can't. He's 16. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's, you should. If my kids at 16 like, oh, Dan, I'm like, if I wouldn't really get hung up on it. It's
Yeah.
like, and I wouldn't be grounding them because then it's like, what about when they actually do something fucking wrong?
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? You've already grounded them for calling you your name. You've
Yeah.
grounded someone for calling you.
Yeah.
by
yeah. It's a
your
bit
name.
weird, isn't it, when you
Yeah.
think about it?
Yeah. So what do you when he actually does something bad? What's that? Death.
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
what I do find a little bit strange is like this, and it's weird, and there's probably a certain age, but like calling your dad daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
that's
weird
weird,
because
man.
obviously, like my kids, it's like daddy. That it's cute, and I don't know what age it isn't cute, but there must be an age.
It's when you get like, Daddy.
Yeah. Yeah, there is definitely, yeah.
And there's a whole thing associated with that as well.
Yeah, there's that side as well. But then there's also, I feel like, the side of privilege, you know, where you get like a 30-year-old
Yeah. Daddy?
trust fund
Yes,
fucking lad
yes,
who's
Daddy?
just like, Daddy, can I have a new pony, please?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, fucking...
Yeah, because
Guns.
I don't know. Like again, it's cute. It's
Hello,
cute.
Daddy.
When you're kids, it's lovely.
Yeah.
But there has to be some sort of cut-off age, I think.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it
for
should
sure.
always be first name.
Daddy, I need another Bentley.
Dad. It's fucking Jim, mate.
You call me Jim.
Call me Jim and
Don't ever call me Dad. Call me Jim.
you eat your Twix and you shut up. I just love the fact that this kid, though, you know, he's been grounded and then he's just like, Colin!
Yeah.
Colin!
What's for
Go
dinner,
in here.
Colin?
There seems to be an issue with the electrics in here. I can't play my Xbox, Colin.
That's probably
Okay,
it. Like, they should have put the dad's name. 'Cause
Maybe-
I reckon
yeah, mate, I bet he
you
hates
don't
his own
like his
name.
name.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It's like, why am I
Yeah.
Barry?
Mum, tell Colin.
Yeah. Mumsy.
Funny. But I like that one.
Yeah. Well, we'll do one more. Is that the accurate time,
Yes.
Ben? Okay. Right. Am I the arsehole for refusing to paint my sister-in-law? I'll paint for my sister-in-law. Sorry.
What do you mean you're not going to paint me?
That would be weird.
Yeah. This probably sounds dumb to some, but I am questioning my own thinking here. I'm pregnant with mine and my husband's first child. Our son, make sure he calls him dad. Our son is due in October. I was an art student in college and never went into the field, but I have always enjoyed using my art in decorating. She knows how to cut in. So I did a paint design in our son's nursery. I went with a Winnie the Pooh theme and used some pictures for reference, but other than that, the design was my own. But she didn't get the fucking license for it, though, did she? It took weeks to get finished, but we love it. My sister-in-law also loves it. She raved about it for weeks, and then the other night asked me on Facebook if I could come do a theme for all her kids' rooms. She has 5 kids, and they have more basic paint on the walls. Nothing fancy. She wants them to have something better. We messaged back and forth for a bit, but when I mentioned her buying the paint, she told me it would be a nice gift to give them because it doesn't cost me anything. What? I told her, if it wouldn't cost me anything, does that mean she has already bought or was planning on buying the paint? She said a gift is something you take care of. Oh, she can go fuck herself.
Yeah,
I told her I didn't have that kind of paint lying around, and I wouldn't do 5 rooms for free.
I ain't got that kind of paint lying around.
So I told her that I'll pass.
Not made of paint.
She told me
Wicks.
she told me I was an arse. I mentioned the exchange to my husband, and he got involved and told her she was out of line to expect me to do all of that for free, and then call me an arse for refusing to do that for all that free painting.
She could have painted it by the time she wrote this.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
She told me it was something she thought I wouldn't mind doing since I love painting and I'm the kid's aunt. But if it was such a huge deal, then she guesses I just don't care. Fuck off, you manipulative, narcissistic cunt. And it
That was
makes me,
ad-lib.
yeah, and it makes me question my refusal, which annoys me. I know it would make the kids years, and they'd love to have their favourite characters on the walls, which no doubt would change in 2 weeks. But that was also ad-lib. But I also don't want to spend all that time and money on something I won't get anything for either. Fair enough. Then I think this is for the kids, and would that make them happy? Am I the arsehole? No.
Yeah, quick. No.
100% not.
Just
Your
because she can
sister-
paint doesn't mean she has to.
Yeah, exactly. Your sister-in-law is a fucking dick.
What's the salt in the room there is sister-in-law's just got all the paint, and gone, look, I've got all the paint for you, I paid for it all.
Yeah.
I know you're going to spend a few days doing this out of your own time, which is your fucking time, which
Yeah.
you should pay her for anyway.
Time is money.
And I'll give you, I don't know, a fucking couple of vouchers or something, or
Yeah.
I'll do this in return. Not go, can you come and do it for free, spend all the time, and fucking buy the paint.
Yeah, paint is fucking
Because it's a
expensive.
gift.
And they're
Yeah.
5 rooms.
But that's
There's like no effort on her side.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
like, I'm
from
not
what I
even-
can gauge, she like paints murals and shit. So that's not just like, oh, come and decorate the room in Magnolia.
Yeah.
That's like get a load of different paints.
What she should have done was gone, yep, I'll do that. And then literally gone there and just painted like, your mum is an absolute cunt.
Yeah.
And just walked out.
Yeah.
Like, I've done it, by the way.
Yeah.
Upstairs.
Or like Vinnie the Pooh or something, just
Yeah,
a fake
yeah.
one.
It's the comment of, oh, like you like painting, so it's like
Yeah.
she's doing her a favour.
Such
Imagine that. It's like
Fucking hell.
She said
Oh.
it took weeks. to
Some
do
people
Winnie
are
the Pooh,
so entitled. man.
you get to work every day. Oh, come on, work for me. You love going to work. Come on, work for me
Yeah.
all weekend.
Oh, what's that? You're pregnant as well. But you love doing stuff
Yeah.
whilst you're pregnant.
Fucking hell. Make sure you put a tarp down just in case your waters break.
It's almost
Fucking hell.
too.
Yeah.
It's almost too like
Triggering.
that she's. It's almost too like. Can someone be that much of a cunt?
Yeah.
Like imagine you're on the so to the pregnant. Oh, do you mind coming around to paint 5 kids' rooms for free?
I feel like
Yeah.
she's
Bring the
I feel like
paint.
she's trying to. She's wrote on there to be that bad so that she gets
Yeah.
like responses on Reddit. Do you
Yeah,
reckon
she's
that
probably
was
just a
genuine?
lonely
Yeah.
pregnant woman.
It could have even been her. She'd been asking someone to fucking.
Yeah, was
she-
I a dick for doing this?
Yeah.
But
she's put herself in the shoes
could
of
anyone be
someone.
that much of a?
Surre-
Yeah, imagine having the balls to do that.
Oh, man. Oh, that's all
Pregnant
right. It's a
as well.
gift. What, from me? Getting hell.
Yeah, that's weird.
I only spend
It's
a
a bit
tenner
restricted.
per kid.
Usually the person who's sorting the gift sorts the gift out. It's like,
you don't like
you fucking cunt.
Yeah, you don't fucking imply. That's got to be well over 100 quid's worth of paint.
Yeah, so-
Easy.
so-
There's got to be people on there, because sometimes I see this on like things like that
yeah. and you
on
think they've made 'em
Facebook,
up.
and then you're like, well, yeah, you know that is, and you know what, but you're telling the world.
Yeah.
on Facebook. It's not really like something, and then everyone gets involved, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Karen, you're too good for that. You shouldn't do that."
Yeah.
And it's like, "Yeah, Karen, God, I can't." And
DM me,
and,
babes.
and it's like, "Yeah, DM me," and they're like,
Yeah.
you get all that
Oh,
attention.
man.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd like to go on that, and it's probably better, and just be like, "You should have done it." Those poor kids. Those poor kids. Like, how can you be so mean? They've got blank walls. Blank walls. She's got 5 kids. You haven't got any. You've got one on the way. Like, if you want to, just go against it and be like, and then just let it go.
And then the sister-in-law comes. Thank you so much for your support.
Yeah. I mean, I feel sorry for your sister-in-law. I think your husband should get a divorce. But it's just like there's so many bad things in there that you just like, of course. Like,
Yeah.
I see that a lot. I see posts and stuff, and you're like, oh, like, does Facebook need to know this?
Yeah, for sure.
DM me.
Oh man.
DM me.
Yeah, that's the best one, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's
PM me,
sake!
babes.
What's up? DM
Yeah.
me.
I would.
It's like, no,
I'm actually going to start finding just
Yeah.
those discussions on Facebook, just going on there, going DM me.
But do you know,
to see if anyone does.
the thing about DM me is like,
Jimmy, DM me. No.
it's like you're putting DM me on a public post,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that people can see you're going. Yeah, speak to me properly. Just DM.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't need to tell people.
Exactly. It's just attention.
The best thing is they'll put
Purely
they'll
attention.
put something on there like cooks you in. It's like, oh, I can't believe what's just happened. And then
Yeah.
underneath they'll be like, oh, what's happened? I'm not going to talk about it on here. DM me. Why the fuck did you put it on there in the first place?
Yeah, innit?
I do
I hate
we are
people
in like
so
I'm in a community post like where I live, and every now and then I do like going on there because it'll be like it's so polar opposite. Sometimes you'll be like,
So
oh,
what's in
you know,
that gap,
yeah,
bud?
but, yeah. I'm not being not being over the top, but I have just seen two young lads like hanging around with hoodies, just like looking suspicious. Like I'm not too sure what they're up to, but has anyone else come across these? And then like people jump on, and you're like, what? Just seen two people, like because they've got a hood. Yeah, it's like
I've got that. Mine's called Welling Garden City Unhinged.
yeah.
And it's like they go on there and like it's just ridiculous. Like
Right.
Susan, like, have you seen the new bench they installed in town? And everyone like, Susan, it's ridiculous. They didn't get planning permission. Oh my god, they're ruining the town. And then just people. And Dave's like, Susan, shut up. It's just a bench for fuck's sake. Like just like.
It's so funny because you do get heroes on there, and they're just like they'll just go in.
It's a god complex.
There's one.
isn't it?
I think there's like one in like Swanage or something, and you know when people are like, "Does anyone know like a painter and decorator or something like that?" So there's a couple of lads on they all work together, and they're just constantly just mugging each other off. And now, so anything on Facebook where they need someone, they'll always like tag one of the lads and then like send them his number, and then they're like, "I'll just keep getting fucking phone numbers from like painter and decorators and shit like that," and they just keep going at like there's loads of different ones where they're like, "Oh, does anyone know a good driving instructor?" They'll be like, "Yep, he's a good driving instructor. Give him a call." Like blah blah blah, and then the other one will just get a phone call like, "I'm not a driving instructor." But then as soon as they get the call, they know it's from like.
Yeah.
So funny.
It is weird, isn't it?
fucking
Like I do find that, like, yeah, has anyone they put it on, and I kind of get it, but then some, you know, like you can go to Google nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
does anyone know? Like,
I
like-
know. Carpenter near me. Boom. You see all of them in your area. You know, you don't have to fucking.
I don't. I know. I won't say his name, but I know this one guy like is down south and he's fighting. He's cracked me up. Like he's into this thing, a bit of a pyramid scheme, and it's always like posting all this stuff.
Alan Avon.
And then he was like, hi, on his Facebook, he's like, "Hi guys, I'm recruiting." And then like people, what for? And he's like, "I need a gardener. I need someone to wash my car." And for all these like jobs, it's like you're not recruiting. You just need like odd tasks doing. Like, you don't need a full-time employee to wash your car. You probably just need a car wash.
Imagine that you're specifically one man's car
Yeah,
washer.
but he set it out like he's like, it's a job. I'm recruiting. Like I've got some opportunities, and then it's like I need a gardener, like someone to wash his car, and it's like, mate, it would crack me off.
Fucking hell.
Is he still recruiting?
yeah. He's got
Buddy
Okay,
G,
yeah.
innit?
He's gonna
pretty
recruit
much,
a recruitment
he's
manager.
got some jobs on.
Dear, oh dear. Oh, well, those are some arsehole stories. The guy recruiting in an arsehole, that's not what I meant, but like, is unless he's giving him false hope,
Yeah.
then he is an arsehole. But yeah, what did you guys think of that? Like I said, let us know your thoughts, and also let us know the times that you've been an arsehole down in the comments. That would be amazing. Yeah, guys, I think we'll leave it there, and we will see you next week up the APMA. See you later.